You know, it's been so long since I've done a video, a proper video, that it's hard to start the video. Once I get going, I'll be fine, but it's the actual starting of it. So, anyways, welcome back to the channel, and as you can see, there's a bit of a different angle here, and the main reason being is I'm still in the process of moving, and really the only thing I have left is what you see behind me, which is my PS3 collection. So, this is actually going to be my last video here in this game room. And yeah, I'm going to miss it, but you know, I'm going to have to, you know, build a new game room and kind of make it work, at least for a year until I get married. So anyways, last proper video I did, I asked a question, and the question was, should I upgrade from those PS2 games to the PS3 HD remakes? And the consensus is that I should update and get rid of the old PS2 stuff and go with the PS3 stuff. I did have one person tell me to stick with the PS2, and this person, because it's been so long, he's probably forgot his comment, but Nick Berry mentioned that, you know, there's a lot of people who like to play games on the original systems. And it may take 20 years to do so, but in 20 years, people are going to want to play, you know, Prince of Persia on the PS2. So, anyways, I'll leave a link to his channel down below, because you know what, I watch his videos all the time, and he has a great channel, and deserves a lot more subs than what he has. So, please check out Nick Berry, and thank you everyone for leaving a comment last time. If we want, why don't we do another question, because, you know, I had a few more questions in mind prior to my kind of hiatus. So my next question is, do you count digital downloads in your collection? As of right now, I do not. And the main reason being is that I like to keep physical copies of games. And digital downloads, obviously you don't have a physical copy in your hand. Now, with that being said, some games are only available on digital download. So does that then mean it should be counted in your collection? That's kind of where my dilemma is should I be counting these in my collection? I mean, you can still play the full game, you know, whenever you want, but you do have that restriction as far as if your hard drive goes down and the servers are no longer supporting that game, you can't download it again. So anyways, tell me what you think down below in the comments. Alright, let's get into the actual pickups portion of the video, and this is actually just a small portion. I got a lot of stuff to show you guys, but this is a small portion. The rest of the stuff is in the new place, but I left this behind because, I don't know, it's just here. So anyways, let's get started. I want to start here with a game that was actually given to me by a friend of mine on YouTube. Josh from GameHuntersRUs. I know he gave this to me such a long time ago, and I haven't had a chance. I've texted him, I've thanked him, you know, by text, but I haven't publicly thanked him. So anyways, he sent Canadian Retro this game to give me, and it's Phantom Crash on the original Xbox. Now, I am a huge mech fan, and Phantom Crash is basically a mech game, and what happens is they kind of put you in like a battle arena, and you guys fight it out, and the last mech standing basically is the victor. I've owned this game previously. It really wasn't my cup of tea for some reason, mainly because of playing Mech Warrior games and Mech Commander games. I gave this one another shot, and you know what? After the intro, which takes forever to get through, you finally get to the gameplay, and it's actually a little bit better than I actually thought, so I'm very happy to have this back. And Josh, thank you very much for sending this to me. Sticking with the Xbox, I went to a Cash Converters down in Sarnia, and if you didn't know, in Canada, Cash Converters is closing down, so you can get some crazy deals right now. I believe they close August 31st, is the last day of operations, but they're continuing to put stuff out until the 15th, so check it out, maybe you'll find something good. I ended up picking up Breakdown on the original Xbox, and all these games are complete, I'm not going to open them up. This was priced at $3, and I was there on a 50% off day, and I think the percentages have gone up since then. So I paid $1.50 for this. Next up is Forgotten Realms Demon Stone, and this is a game I always wanted to pick up. I just was kind of hesitant for some reason or another. I just never picked it up. I think it was the price point, and again, I got this for $1.50, so I couldn't turn it down. The case itself is trash. I gotta replace this case because it's really nasty, but everything else is perfectly fine. Moving on to the PSP, I got Medieval Resurrection, and I really didn't know too much about this game, but I looked up a couple of reviews. It got some decent reviews, and for the price of $1.50, again, I can't turn down a game for $1.50 that's even halfway decent. Next up, we'll go on to some PS3 games, and first up here is Dirt 2. This was $4. Originally priced at $8, I got 50% off, $4. So I did try this out. I'm not 100% sure about this game yet. The first car they give you, I found it was way too touchy. You move the controller just a little bit, and the car would spin out. Oh man, I could not control that first car. But then I got that truck as a second car, and it controlled a lot better. But that very first car, it was way too sensitive for me. I'm going to continue trying this and keep playing it. It is a lot of fun, but I just found that the controls for at least I don't know if it's a dune buggy or whatever it is, it was way too touchy for me. Next up, a game I know a lot of people hate, Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. And this was again priced at $8, half off $4. So for $4, I thought it was worth the price of admission. And I know gets a lot of hate, but I'm going to give it a try anyways. And a game I was actually really looking forward to was Aliens vs. Predator on the PS3. And again, this was $4. So I took a look at a couple of reviews. I kind of knew something about this game before. You get the 3 campaigns. The Predator, the Alien, and the Soldier, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun playing through. I hear the Predator and the Alien is a lot of fun to play through, so I'm looking forward to playing this one really, really soon. Moving on to the PlayStation 2. I found this game kind of when I was at the cache, Evergrace, and again, I didn't know anything about this game when I picked it up. It was $1.50, and I was really hesitant on picking this one up and another one up, mainly because I'd never heard of them. I never heard anyone talking about these games. But I just kept looking at them like, I can't leave this behind because it could be something that's hard to find. And I looked at the price. They're not really worth that much, so it's probably not something hard to find, but I've never seen it before in all my years looking. Evergrace here is actually made by the same people who made Dark Souls and Demon Souls. So what I've read about this game, though, is that it's not as polished as those other 2 games. But because it was made by the same people who did the other 2 Souls games, I wanted to pick it up and I just wanted to try it out. Now let's talk about that other game I was kind of iffy about. It's called Haven Call of the King. And again, this is another kind of game I've never heard about, and I just saw it sitting there like, I can't let this go for $1.50. So I picked it up, and I looked up at some reviews after I left the store, and I think it was made by the people who did, is it Crash Bandicoot? I believe it's Crash Bandicoot. The same guys who made that game made this game, from what I remember. And there were general reviews on this game is that there's a lot of different things to do, but nothing is perfected. So it's a lot of fun, but it's not as good as some other games. So anyways, again, for $1.50, I thought, I'm going to take a chance on this game, and it looked good enough to actually try and, because everything I try and buy, I try to play. So that's my intentions anyways, and if, I change my mind about something, I get rid of it. Next up, Virtua Fighter 4. And I actually thought I had this game, but I wasn't too sure. And for $1.50, I couldn't leave it behind just because I wasn't 100% sure if I had it or not. And it turns out I do not. So, happy to have this in the collection. I was actually playing a lot of Virtua Fighter 5 when it first came out and loved that game. That game stands up so well, even to today. The graphics in Virtua Fighter 5 are awesome. Next up, Beyond Good and Evil, and I have a couple copies of this. I just picked it up to flip. This was $1.50. Alright, moving on. The one and only 360 game I got is Sid Meier's, what the hell is it? Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution. And something I've always wanted to try, I just never got around to picking it up. I was hoping to get this on the 360, on the PS3, but since I got it on the 360, I'm just going to keep the 360 version and forget about the PS3. So, anyways, Sid Meier's. Moving on, let's do some PC games, because I love PC games. First off, here is Soldiers, Heroes of World War II. And you know what, if you know me, I love World War II games. I'm a sucker for these things. Every single time I find one, I always pick it up. Just because for some reason I love that era. And I know a lot of people do as well. So, I looked at this game. The reviews got really good reviews. It's kind of a real-time strategy game, and it's set in World War II, so perfect. Kind of a mistake I made on this next one. I didn't look at the ad too much. Well, I didn't tell you how much I paid for this one. Damn it. This was $5. Alright, moving on to the next one. I made a mistake on this one. I bought this on eBay, and I didn't read the ad carefully enough, I think. Anyways, it is a big box copy of Mech Warrior 2. I initially thought this was a complete, and when I got it, all I saw was the box and the game. So, you know, I wrapped it up to my own mistake for not reading it correctly. I had paid $10 for this, so it didn't break the bank, but I have since picked up another copy of this, just because I wanted to get all these mech games, and I'll show you in a future video. I went on a craze for these things, so stay tuned for the next couple of videos because I got some PC games coming. Next up, on the Vita, I picked up Freedom Wars, and I've been reading about this game for a while. I just haven't had a chance again to find it at a price I wanted to. I hear a lot of good things about this game, and it's a must-own for the Vita. So when I saw it at Best Buy for $15, I picked it up. And I hear there's a crazy amount of things you can do with this for customization and all that. So I really hope this is a good one. Last but not least, at least for this video, I know a lot of people pick this one up, but it's the Rare Replay Collection, and very excited about this one. I saw this at the E3 presentation, and when they announced this, this was one of the only games I really wanted out of that whole presentation when they announced this, because there's so many great games on this thing, anyways, and I know it's missing the Donkey Kong stuff and GoldenEye, but there's so many other great games that Rare has put out. So if you haven't played Cameo, pick this up and play Cameo. I keep bugging a buddy of mine to play, and I know he picked this up. So Vic, play fucking Cameo because it's a great game. Anyways, Cameo's on this, and a lot of other really great Rare games are on here. So. I got this actually through Best Buy, through that E3 sale, and what I did was I saved, I think, 20% off this and a few other games that haven't come yet. So, I think it was $24 I paid for this, brand new, on launch, and you know that's how I tend to get a lot of games, new releases cheap, is by doing it through the E3. kind of promos they do through Best Buy and used to be Future Shop and all that. So really looking forward to this. It's just too bad my Xbox One is in the US. So next time I go to the US, I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to play the hell out of it. So anyways, those are the pickups. I'm not going to say of the week because it's been a lot more than a week. Those are the pickups for this video. And I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, take care.